He grew up on a farm in Kansas and always knew he wanted to be a farmer or rancher. Not able to do that, however, he decided the next best thing would be a veterinarian. But after more than 5 decades, that career is soon coming to an end. Alicia Huck tells us about the life of a beloved animal doctor in this week's Someone You Should Know.
Dr. Joe Baber, better known as Doc Joe, had never practiced veterinary medicine before. But after serving in the Army and graduating, he took the bull by the horns and bought his first practice in Miles City, Montana, nearly 56 years ago.
It was actually just what I wanted. We were a lot of cattle, lots of horses, and we had some big herds that we worked with. Yeah, my biggest herd, they were running 3,000 head of cows.
Doc Joe covered a 125-mile radius working with mostly large animals, but plenty of small animals in his clinic as well.
A lot of times I would get up at 2:30, and then I'd get done about 10, 11 o'clock at night.
It wasn't all work for Doc Joe, however, as he managed to find his bride, Kathy Baber, a veterinary technician who came to work for him. They've worked side by side now for over 50 years. Doc Joe has many stories to share from over half a century of veterinary experience. One such story was the case of a 5-year-old bull with a broken leg. It was brought to him from Fort Keogh, a former U.S. Army post located on the western edge of modern Miles City.
And you have to fix it or we're going to lose 20 years of research. They didn't put any pressure on me. Okay, we'll see what I can accomplish. And I done some dreaming, and I got a 5-year-old fractured front leg fixed.
But it wasn't only cows and horses Doc Joe fixed. The circus had come to town, and a semi carrying the elephants had rolled on the interstate.
Well, they made me go up to the highway and look at an elephant and make sure it was okay. Then we had to take the jaws of steel and cut a hole in the trailer big enough to walk 2 elephants through.
He says the elephants were a little bruised up, but nothing serious. With nearly 20 years of experience and many stories to share, his time in Miles City came to an end.
I had to quit in a way because I was getting crippled up and I couldn't do a lot of work.
Then his dad got sick, so he went back to his home state of Kansas, recovered. Doc Joe and his wife Kathy decided to move to her home state of North Dakota. They discovered the city of Garrison had built a veterinary clinic in the hopes of bringing a veterinarian to town, and it worked.
We built it up and started, and it just went fantastic.
Doc Joe says one of his best investments was a hydraulic chute, something that would come in very handy when he faced 23 cows covered in over 38,000 porcupine quills.
They had quills in their nose, their head, front feet, hind feet. And I used this to pull the legs out and pull the porcupine quills. And that was an experience. I've never felt so many quills in my life.
Doc Joe is full of tips and advice for any veterinarian or rancher.
Don't throw your old boots away. You can make a staple pouch out of them here.
After nearly 6 decades of mastering veterinary work and learning the tricks of the trade, Doc Joe has decided to hang up his hat.
I think it's the right time. I'm not as flexible as I used to be. And I put off things that I got some other things I want to do.
And what, might you ask, is on his bucket list of things to do?
Got to get my mules broke to work.
Doc Joe, a veterinarian just as popular with people as he is animals, is someone you should know. Reporting for KX News in Garrison, I'm Alicia Huck.
Now, Doc Joe turned 82 on Tuesday, May 28th. Happy birthday. His clinic, Garrison Veterinary Services, will reduce services starting the first week of June and close at the end of the month. We wish you the very best on breaking your mules and any other future endeavors you plan in retirement. Now, if you think there's someone we should know like Doc Joe, fill out our nomination form right now on kxnet.com. Just look for Someone You Should Know under the News tab, and you'll see the link to the nomination page. Wow, what a career.